All locations and characters in Candy Canyon will be edible. Also, Bubble will most likely be the most important spy in the second episode of the amazing Digital Circus. Also, at the very end of the Digital Circus, Pomni will be fighting Caine one-on-one. I found proof of all this, and I can also say that Glitch and Gooseworx are preparing something extraordinary for us, which I'll tell you about today too. By the way, somewhere in the video I hid a photo of Bubble, and anyone who finds it will get valuable information from me in the comments. The recent release of a new episode of Murder Drones on the Glitch channel heralds the release of a lot of new teasers for the second and third episodes. While we wait for the Wacky Watch website update and the long-awaited final episode 2 trailer with release date, which I predict Glitch will post on their YouTube channel in the next 2 weeks. I have some new theories about the teaser footage of the new locations for episode 3, fast food and the haunted location. And I'll start with the fact that, as I said before, the Candy Canyon NPCs shown to us don't look hostile to our team at all. They give the impression of friendly and safe characters of a simple adventure from Caine. Probably none of them will confront the humans in episode 2. I'd even say the inhabitants of the Candy Kingdom seem considerably friendlier than the main characters, almost every one of whom has some kind of weirdness behind them. Like, for example, Kinger seems unstable and paranoid. He is intimidated by any character approaching him. Not surprising, though, since he is the one who has been in the circus longer than anyone else. The second one suffering from paranoia and obsessive thoughts is Pomni. The moment she appeared in the circus tent, she immediately started having digital hallucinations and trying to walk to the exit door. It's not like the rest of the characters have this mania as pronounced, and Jax with his whole appearance gives the impression of a psychopath who takes pleasure in bringing discomfort and even harm to everyone around him. Based on this, I have a theory that the antagonists in the second episode will not be new characters, but someone we already know well. I think the problems may come from Kinger. More unfamiliar faces may frighten him and encourage him to harm the residents of Candy Canyon. Also, the central character in the Candy location is Princess Lolilalu. I assume that Kinger, having been here the longest and being the king, might know something about the Candy Canyon princess and want to harm her. Pomni will go looking for a way out again, and Jax will annoy the new characters and derail the adventure. If we think back to episode 1, we'll notice that Caine got really mad at Bubble whenever he did something wrong. From this information, I have another theory that Caine will get angry at the players for not going through the adventure the way the head of the digital circus wants them to. As punishment for the characters, he'll send them to places and on missions that will test them as early as episode 3. Kinger and Pomni, who are afraid of even harmless things, will be trapped in a house full of ghosts or in a cemetery. Speaking of one of the mysterious ghosts shown to us in the teaser, Martha Mildenhall. As I shared earlier, she may be the spirit of the abstracted Queenie. Because of this, an encounter with her could be a major setback for Kinger, and he may start to go insane, eventually leading him to abstraction. Pomni in the graveyard will probably meet his abstracted predecessor, the clown Kaufmo, who will drive Pomni crazy with thoughts of finding a way out. Doesn't that sound like a sort of punishment for misdeeds from an angry Caine? Jax, according to my theory, is going to get a job at fast food court for his misbehavior in Candy Canyon. The fast food court will be a boring, monotonous, repulsive job for Jax, where he can't break anything or hurt anyone. He will be forced to spend a lot of time there, and it will be his punishment for his excessive urge to destroy. In my opinion, he will spend his time in fast food doing work directly opposite to destruction and spoiling. That is, he will be cleaning the establishment, cooking and fixing various items in that mysterious establishment. What or who do you think is waiting for Jax at the mysterious diner? You wrote comments below the last clip with your theories about the new episodes. As a reminder, you can always post your theories about teasers and new episodes of Digital Circus in the comments. I read every comment you send in, and the best ones will make it into the new videos. Thank you very much for the interesting theory by Julio Cesar Camilo. It is the one that made it into the video today. I want to answer you. Yes, it's true. You are becoming famous. Thank you for your activity and theories. Our subscriber came up with a theory that Caine's sidekick, Bubble, will be hiding from the characters' eyes in Candy Canyon to secretly spy on them from hiding, reporting information to Caine. The toothy balloon will also make sure Pomni and the others don't go looking for a way out and stumble upon Caine's unfinished locations. A viewer shares that in the teaser, Ragatha looks scared about the team's encounter with the fudge monster, as he will turn out to be a candy centipede, which Ragatha absolutely hates. Another assumption is that the shot shown with the dirty window refers to the fast food location, where Jax will be forced to clean up. This fits with my theory that Jax will have to do dirty work at fast food. The subscriber writes about the unfinished stadium that it may be one of the most important locations of the second episode, because it may be the place where the Fudge Monster will fight Ragatha, who will have to face her fears, and not without the participation of Jax and Kinger. Honestly, I think Kinger and Jax will be busy doing very different things elsewhere. In the meantime, Pomni along with Gangle and Zubul may visit a haunted house, inside which the character's assignment will be to play something like Pac-Man with the ghosts. This is a very interesting theory, as Digital Circus is essentially some sort of big and dangerous video game for the characters. It's entirely possible that the graveyard or haunted house will be a confusing dark maze in which you'll have to pick up some important item and get out of it before you go insane and abstracted. If we imagine the field of the possessed house like the playing field of the famous arcade game Pac-Man, then, in my opinion, the ideal location of the hero's goal would be the very center of the house or the roof. But the lair of the ghosts, their starting point, is also located there. The last assumption of the subscriber is that the heroes will have to escape from the location of ghosts, because some of the heroes cannot withstand the tension and abstracted. Perhaps it's against the abstracted character that Kinger won't be afraid to raise a shotgun, and he'll beat Pomni to bring her to her senses before something terrible happens. Or Kinger will want to leave the possessed place as soon as possible first, and will beat Pomni for her unreasonableness and disagreement with him. I'm not ruling out that Kinger has been to all the finished places in the Digital Circus lands and knows more about them than anyone else. It would be a real shame if some characters we've only just begun to get to know, whose characters are just beginning to be revealed, are abstracted as early as the second or third episode. Sadly, in defense of this theory, if there are 8 episodes and one character is abstracted in each new one, it will be quite convenient. In the final, Caine and the main character Pomni will be left one-on-one. It will be an interesting final battle for the last chance for a 25-year-old girl to escape the Digital Circus and return to reality. What do you think about the upcoming teasers and trailer for Episode 2? Do you agree with my predictions, or do you think that Glitch will release new content later, thus delaying the second episode of Digital Circus? Which events and locations will we see as early as the end of May, and which ones will we get to see in Episode 3 and 4? Write your theories and comments, and I'll be sure to read them all, because maybe it's your comment that will make it into the next video. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Good luck to everyone, and bye-bye.